and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. President decree setting the national guaranteed minimum wage at 24,000 dinars, published in the first edition of the 2026 official gazette. Through clear strategy and effective diplomacy, Algeria emerges as a leader within the African Union, advancing economic integration and intra-African trade. A journey into the Janet Desert, spectacular landscapes and captivating tourist destinations. Welcome back. Prime Minister Sefi Gharib chaired a government meeting on the review of an executive decree project setting the opening modalities of special classes among ordinary schools, as well as accompanying measures during exams for the benefit of people with disabilities. The government listened to a presentation on a project for the creation of an Algerian Philharmonic Orchestra to consolidate Algeria's presence at the international cultural scene. The orchestra will preserve the patrimony and support musical creativity. The government also listened to a presentation on the National Training and Skills Managerial Guide, being one of the structural reforms in the vocational training sector as part of a global vision aiming at improving employment and developing human resources. The Presidential Decree number 2601, dated on the 7th of January 2026, was published in the official gazette of the current year. It defines national minimum wage following a determined legal period of 40 hours a week, a 24,000 dinar minimum wage monthly. The decree is effective from the 1st of January. During the year 2025, under the leadership of President Abdelmajid Tebboune, Algerian diplomacy achieved several victories and highlighted its leading role within the African Union with deeply rooted historical sovereignty aimed at defending the interests of the African continent. Rania Al-Bahri with more details.
In 2025, under the leadership of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, Algeria strengthened its diplomatic role within the African Union. This was achieved through sovereign decisions and a clear strategic vision. Thanks to this approach, Algeria gained an important position on the African continent. It was trusted to take on leadership roles, reflecting its strong historical principles and balanced diplomacy. Algeria secured the position of Vice President of the African Union Commission and Vice President of the African Court on Human and People's Rights. It was also elected to chair the African Committee of Experts on the Protection and Welfare of the Child. These achievements show Algeria's commitment to promote human rights at both African and international levels. Because of its long-standing support for just causes and stability in Africa, Algerian diplomacy has earned wide respect. This helped Algeria win a seat on the African Union Peace and Security Council for a 3-year term. In this role, Algeria is responsible for proposing initiatives that support peace and security. It also works to promote African solutions to African crises and conflicts. As part of its continental diplomacy, Algeria hosted the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair in 2025. The event was a major success and attracted wide participation. In December, Algeria also hosted the 12th High-Level Seminar on Peace and Security in Africa, the Oran process. This event coincided with the International Conference on the Crime of Colonialism, which concluded with the Algiers Declaration.
Making products in high demand available is one of the state's priorities. With continuous efforts to supply and support the national production chain, Algerians now have a wide selection of products made in Algeria. The food industries have made real leap forward in quality, responding to growing demands. Mariam Zouish and Ariel Bahri.
After years of dependence on imports, Algeria has embarked on an economic shift focused on reviving investment and promoting domestic products. The new investment code and the support mechanisms put in place have fostered the emergence of projects capable of meeting the needs of the domestic market and thus reducing pressure on foreign exchange reserves. Algerian products are very good. Now we no longer depend on imported goods.
de ne plus dépendre.
كاينه المواد الغذائيه متوفره، الزيت متوفر، كلش متوفر والحمد لله.
Food products are available on the market, especially very high quality Algerian oil. Local products truly meet our needs. Import substitution has accelerated, among other things, industrialization through local processing. The protection of domestic products and the increase in domestic investment have strengthened competition in the market, contributing to improved quality and better price control.
Depuis qu'ils ont arrêté l'importation, je vois que
Since imports stopped, Algerian products have improved in quality and price, offering strong local alternatives. Local products are getting better, more competitive and widely available.
المنتوج الجزائري راه أحسن.
Algerian products now deliver better quality and value, competing confidently with imports.
لا فاريتي كاين من المواطن ثاني شغل.
Local products have improved in quality and price since imports stopped. Today, Algerian production is gaining credibility with consumers. National products are gradually establishing themselves as a trusted choice, laying the foundations for a more resilient economy, less dependent on foreign sources.
The National Authority for Elections announced the results of the electoral list periodic review from the 20th of October to the 8th of November 2025 in accordance with the Constitution and after the expiry of the time limits for administrative appeals and legal proceedings provided by law. The total number of voters before the periodic review was 24,315,551 voters, including 23,486,061 voters inside the country and 865,490 abroad. After the periodic review, the number of voters reached 24,503,060. The number of new subscribers inside the country reached 512,188 voters, while the number of those removed from the register reached 364,431, and the number of voters inside the country is 23,633,818. Regarding voters abroad, the number of new subscribers is 33,213, and the number of those removed from the register is 33,461. The total number of voters abroad after review is 869,242. To the weekly report of the PNA from the 8th to the 13th of January. As part of fighting terrorism, PNA detachments arrested 5 elements backing terrorist groups in different operations throughout the national territory. As part of the fight against organized crime and in continuity of the tireless efforts aimed at countering the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, combined detachments of the PNA intercepted in coordination with the different security services in operations across the military regions 40 drug traffickers and thwarted attempts to introduce 3.04 quintals of processed beef through the borders with Morocco, while 34 kilograms of cocaine and more than 222,000 psychotropic tablets were seized. In Tamerasset, Bordbaji Mukhtar and Ilizi, detachments of the People's National Army arrested 200 individuals and seized 36 vehicles, 132 generators, 107 jackhammers, as well as quantities of mixture of raw gold and stones, explosives, detonation tools, and other equipment used in illegal gold mining operations. On the other hand, 12 other individuals were arrested and 1 FMPK gun, 3 Kalashnikovs, 4 hunting rifles, 33,050 liters of fuel were seized. Similarly, border guards thwarted at the level of our national coast attempts at illegal immigration and saved 71 individuals aboard traditionally made boats, while 205 illegal immigrants of different nationalities were arrested across the national territory.
خوتي ها هو الدفك تعولو برجلو، ها هو خوتي الدفك تعولو برجلو، ها عطاو عليه شوف
فوجدوا في العطايل اخوتي اللهم هذا منكر اللهم هذا منكر اللهم هذا منكر.
In Morocco, growing social discontent is being voiced openly. Citizens denounce rising living costs and what they describe as official indifference. Basma Far.
While the country sinks into a tremendous crisis, the Makhzen is accused of attempting to divert public attention. Football, once a popular pastime, is now presented as a tool of distraction, a screen critics say meant to mask the social and economic hardship faced by large segments of the population.
They keep talking to us about football, but will football fill our cupboards? Will it end our misery? Can football reduce inflation and allow us to live with dignity? People are abandoning their families. Some are even taking their own lives. Will football solve these problems? What we are living today is comparable to the situation in Gaza. Our homes have been destroyed over our heads.
Faced with rising prices, unemployment and oppression, many Moroccans say their hopes are fading. Injustice, they insist, has become omnipresent.
Are we living in 2026 or in the 17th or even the 12th century? Or is football being used to hide reality?
Between stifled voices and crushed hopes, the Moroccan citizen, despite everything, continues to struggle for dignity.
The Spanish Congress member Noemi Santana Pereira affirmed that she will officially file a complaint against the Moroccan occupier that prevented the Spanish humanitarian delegation from entering the Sahrawi-occupied territories, considering it as a violation of international law. In the heart of the Algerian Sahara, Janet continues to distinguish itself as a key touristic destination, attracting visitors from Algeria and abroad. Basma Far.
In southern Algeria, Janet stands out as one of the most captivating destinations in North Africa. This ancient oasis is known for its landscapes, rock arches, vast sand dunes, and unique prehistoric engravings that reflect thousands of years of history.
Vraiment, le désert, il est respecté.
In the desert, nature is respected. The desert set rules, not humans. It is people who must adapt to this magnificent environment.
S'adapter à cet environnement qui est à la fois magnifique.
Notre première fois à Janet.
This is my first time here and I'm very happy. The weather is pleasant and the landscape is beautiful.
C'est beau. Les paysages sont magnifiques.
Each year, Janet records a steady increase in the number of visitors. So far, 24,000 tourists have visited the area. Among them, 9,000 are foreign visitors who have walked the fine sands of Janet and explored its desert landscapes.
The landscapes here are breathtaking. The desert has a unique charm. It is an experience we will always remember. This is our first time visiting Janet, and we truly hope it will not be the last. We are impressed by the natural beauty and by the prehistoric archaeological sites found across the region. Based on our statistical studies of tourist arrivals, we have recorded a clear increase in the number of visitors in recent years.
Janet offers breathtaking sceneries and destinations still waiting to be discovered, places that will captivate anyone who ventures into this part of the Algerian Sahara.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.